What's up, gamers? Welcome to a new episode of Last Cloudia. Today we're going to be talking about, once again, a new broken character and a new ultra rare arc. I do want to say that I'm a little surprised they actually did the update because last I had heard they were going to delay it due to some unforeseen issues. But then apparently they did it within about 3 hours, and here we go, new stuff going on. Yes, I'm proud to say that I finally pulled Thunderbolt Sevia, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to be leveling her up on the side once I finish up with Nocturne Tinkili. But we're going to go ahead and talk about the actual gacha today. We're going to do about two gacha pulls. So let's see. First, let's talk about the characters, and then, or character and arc, and then we'll see if I'm lucky enough to get either or of these wonderful things we're going to be discussing here. So, first and foremost, let's go ahead and pull up Lagrobos. So, this is a spirit, first and foremost, so it's not going to be a beast. It's not going to be, your regular soldier, whatever. He is his own unique type that we can actually use, which is pretty cool. When you look at his stats, we're looking at over 1,000 strength, over 1,200 intelligence, over 1,000 mind. So this guy is definitely really, really statted up to be a great character. When we look at the abilities, notice that these are all neutral type abilities, so you're not going to deal with any kind of like elemental stuff. This is all just regular non-attribute type damage you're going to be doing for all the skills, including the special. So that's going to be cool. And then, making sure I'm not missing anything interesting here. There we go. So now looking at the traits, this is where things are a little bit different. Arcane Boundary, this says magic attack damage taken minus 30%. Always cut some damage from enemies. Higher the mine for the bigger cut. Okay, so this is the second character that has an ability similar to this. If you remember during the Dr. Stone collab, Senku also has an ability like this. The difference is the more his HP is, the less damage basically that he takes. So with Senku, you wanted to give him all the HP up so to make sure he doesn't take as much damage. In the case of Lagrobos, we're looking at upping his mind. So you're going to be doing a lot of the magic defense up stuff to help mitigate a lot of damage. So I like these kind of abilities. It's really kind of cool. Makes some certain characters really unique. So I actually like that a lot for his first trait. Second trait, casting speed plus 20%. Always good. Magic damage, magic attack damage plus 30%. Magic attack damage cap plus 3,000. So this is the kind of character that's going to be dealing a ton of damage when you have them, maxed out with all the extra abilities you're going to put on them. And that 3,000 damage cap is going to mean a lot, especially with some of the stuff you're going to see here coming up. This character is going to be a fantastic one. It's kind of funny because, I remember when, what's his name, Roland was about to come out, months prior, people were all super hyping him up and everything. And then we got this character who's also pretty hype in my opinion, and you hear nothing until like 2 or 3 days prior because no one saw it coming, it seemed. So that's pretty cool to see something like that. Looking at the skills here, this again going to be really interesting. So he also has a charisma, which means you're not going to want to use him with you're not going to put him on the same team as let's say Bayland and Roland. So you're going to put them on separate teams to make sure that this ability goes off. But basically, magic damage cap plus 2,000 for all allies. Only while unit is alive, and of course not stackable with other charisma, which is why I said you don't want those other people in your party. Crimson Flare, which is the high tier fire spell. Diamond Dust, which is the high tier ice spell, which no longer has time stop within this most recent update. Grand Cross, which is the high tier or top tier earth spell. Valzer Rise, the top tier thunder spell. And then Shining Zoc, top tier light or holy damage. Abyssal Gate, top tier dark damage. But what's really interesting, which I find it interesting that they put a no time stop on this, as if I guess it would have normally had it when they first came up with it. But Apocalypse, a very powerful non-attribute attack against all enemies. Damage cap And basically it's like 6'9", so 999,999 is what you're looking at. Well, one short of a million damage. So that's pretty cool. So if you can really find ways to get, his intelligence up, his magic attack up with certain equipment, accessories, and of course skill, or yeah, the skills that you can equip on him, that apocalypse is going to be dirty once you get it off. And for what it does, I mean, the MP for it is not terrible. I mean, you're not paying double the tier 3 spells, but you can tell this is like the absolute like top tier spell. Like the other spells, they're top tier, in their elemental form, but Apocalypse is good because it's going to do a lot more damage. So it is of the highest quality, and it's neutral, meaning that everyone's taking the damage, unless you have that non-attribute defense or whatever. So we'll see what happens there, but I really like that spell. It's pretty cool. Looking at his other stuff, he's got MP up max, magic up 4 max, and he has arcane up 4. Now arcane up 4 is something different here, specifically exclusive to him. This is intelligent and MP plus 10%, so that's a nice little addition there. Auto advanced circle, another exclusive one. Basically, you continuously have the advanced magic circles effect, so that's actually really strong for this character. No attribute attack raised. I mean, you have to have it for this guy. And then of course you have no attribute shield, which is what I was saying earlier, that would be able to potentially mitigate some of that apocalypse damage. But yeah, damage from enemies, non-attribute attacks minus 20%. So not only can he dish it, but he can take it too. He's got Pose of Water, Archangel's Blessing, which is really good for a spellcaster. Immovable Object, Necessity, High Level Magic Chant, also a necessity for that type of character. Thaumaturgy Ring, which is basically the higher the magic power, the more powerful the physical attack will be. Which basically means the physical attacks are going to deal a ton of damage too. Not that his physical attack stat's bad, but when you're adding a bunch of intelligence, you're gonna want your normal attacks to deal the magic type. So it makes sense. So he also comes with staff boost and staff high boost, which you need if you're going to be the ultimate magic damage dealer. He's got Correct Trigger, which is a decent ability. Magic R, which means that his spells are going to deal a ton more damage. Of course, it's going to be at the cost of more MP, but you'll be fine with that. And another one for him is Beast Alliance. That's right, we're actually seeing it for the second time on a character. So just to kind of review it again, if you have at least 2 allies with the Beast Alliance equipped, you boost their strength, defense, intelligence, and mind. And of course, depending on the number of characters you have, will basically determine the boost. You're seeing this a little bit in Arena. Some people might even do it in Tower. I'm not really sure if that's a thing, but definitely an Arena thing from what I've seen. But yeah, really good ability, and you're getting it for free. So this guy is completely stacked with all the goods as far as, being a spellcaster is concerned. Now, keep in mind that he's mainly a damage dealer. He's not going to do buffs. He's not going to do debuffs. He's just there to deal a ton of damage to everything. And that's where you're going to use him. I mean, you may even use him in Arena if you're doing the whole, Beast Alliance thing. He can be the mage in your party instead of Lily or whoever else you want to use. But yeah, fantastic character, absolute top tier. Am I hoping that I get him? He's okay. Like, for me personally, when it comes to spellcasters, I'm more about the spellcasters that can do debuffs and buffs. So I like the Synergist or the Saboteur. That's kind of my style when it comes to I like support characters more than mages. When it comes to dealing damage, I'm more of a physical DPS guy. So that's why I think this guy is top tier, but he's just not my kind of character. But he is good. I mean, if you want a spellcaster to deal a ton of damage, this is the top-notch guy to get. So 100% hype on this guy. And hope you guys pull him. Let's also talk about the arc. Actually, yeah, the arc is going to be the Great War of Ruin. Now, when you look at the art here, this is basically previewing some of the characters that were probably in the first war. So these are probably future characters that you're looking at right here. So that's kind of cool. I like that. The attribute of this arc is after using the special for the special gauge. Oh, sorry. Yeah, after using the special gauge fills up 100% once per quest. in quest, the item drop rate from enemies will be 1.5 times, which is okay. Not stackable. Godslayer effect, not bad. Damage taken from God types minus 20%. And the skill of this one is all ally special gaze fills up 100%. So there you go. Pretty cool. Really, really good art to use in just about every mode. So I like it a lot. But let's take a look at what you can learn. So you have Staff Boost, which is good for any of your spellcasters. Fast Haste, which is a new one. Battle Start Activate or Auto Activate Haste. So basically, now anytime you see fast, that means it's only going to happen for a limited time. But being able to have haste like that quick is going to be good because your skills are going to charge up really, really fast. It's going to be something you're going to be using in just about everything. Definitely worth having. You have Auto Brave, which is good. Auto Aura, which is good. Combo Master, which is interesting, I'll say. I don't know that I would ever actually equip that to somebody, because this is more of a Sevilla thing, but I don't really know that this is the kind of thing that is a big deal, but maybe it is. And then, of course, Fire Attack Raise 2. So if you don't have any characters that have Fire Attack Raise 2, and you have a Fire type character like Vaughn, for example, I don't know if Delmardo has Fire Attack Raise 2, or if it's just 1. So you might not need it for him, I don't remember, but I know for Vaughn, you definitely would want it on him. So definitely a good skill to have. I would like this arc mainly for the Fire Attack Raise 2 to make my Vaughn good, since I don't even have Delmardo. And the Fast Haste is really, really strong. And then Staff Boost for any of the characters that I have that don't have it. So a lot of good things to learn from this. Now, the arc reward, or the Ether reward, is going to be the Ring of Wisdom. Now, this is a 7-star item because it's ultra rare. Now, this is an accessory, so the fact that the intelligence is 94, which is close to 100, is pretty good for an accessory. MP plus 50, which is also good, and Mind plus 51, which is also good. Battlestar Activate Auto Revival effect on unit. No time limit on effect. And I'm assuming that basically means that, you know, it's not something that it has to be done within, like, a certain amount of time. It just happens whenever the person dies. Awesome that there is an auto revive thing on a 7-star item. I think that if you're going to have auto revive, it should be on something super rare. So I absolutely like it. Really, really cool. It also gives you silence resistance. You get a little bit of elemental boost as well to dark, fire, and wind, it looks like. So pretty cool. Overall, really, really cool item. Really, really cool. As a matter of fact, once I get enough Aether, which I'm actually pretty close. I got like 17 or 18 of the Ethereum. I'm going to be getting the Holy Sword from the other UR arc, so I'm going to get that. And then if I happen to pull this particular arc, which may or may not happen, I'll use my next set of Ethereum to pull this particular item, because it's really strong on just about any character, really, not just a mage. So there you have it. This is a really good universal equipment. So now it's time. Oh, and this is definitely a top tier arc, by the way. And not just because of the fact that it's ultra rare, but the abilities are really cool. And the stuff you can learn is really awesome. All right, let's do some multi-pull. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to do the multi-pull from the step up gacha. That's right, I actually did step 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to do the final step because it's a free gacha. So let's see if we can get one of the 2 big, pulls out of the step up multi. The main thing that I want is the arc. Like I said, as far as the character, if I get him, yay. If not, I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I want the arc for sure. Alright. Time for Kyle to get that slash on. Hey, you can give Kyle fire attack raise too. Oh, it's turning red, y'all. Is it going to happen? Is the question. Will it slow down for a dramatic pull? Is it going to happen? It's going to happen. Oh, crap. Okay, so it's a different thing, but that's pretty cool either way. I was like, oh, crap, if I get that on video, that's going to be nuts. But I got the Silver Gray Swordsman, which honestly I actually wanted anyway, so that's fantastic. It's always good to get a new arc, especially with SSR. So yeah. And yes, the step of gacha has ended as all rounds have been finished. Beautiful. So I didn't get what I was looking for, but I did get something I wanted. So that's actually really cool. I'm not upset at that at all. So cool. Now let's do the actual regular multi-pool gotcha here and see what we get out of this. Man, when I saw that red like slowly break when I knew I was gonna get something new, I was like, oh man, I was gonna be nuts. But I just remember the ultra rares are blue, not red, so there was no way I was gonna get it. I just realized that. Yeah, I forgot that the crystal will turn blue if it's an ultra rare, not red. So this is gonna be red. It's gonna be an art. I think it turns blue, but there you go. So didn't get, any of the goods, which is fine. Got my regular stuff. And hey, you can't be lucky, all the time. I've gotten a lot of good stuff, so I'm not really complaining too much. Like I said, the only thing I really want is the arc. And if I get it, yay. If not, no big deal. So hopefully I pull it off screen sometime. But yeah, also for the event too, I like the event going on mainly because it's kind of like, you versus everybody else because they basically have a ranking system here. So if I was to go to, like right now, my ranking is at 629, which is nothing to brag about. I'm not trying to get that number one spot because I don't have time to play that much. I'm going to be casual and stay in the hundreds. But for those of you that got some time, this is definitely the time for you to grind and see if you can get that number one spot. So, that's kind of cool how they have an event that we're all kind of against each other, and then whoever has the most points gets, certain cool items. I think this is a really good way to get people to continue to play the game more often. And if you look at the details here, I think it actually tells you the rewards somewhere. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So if you get first place, for example, you get a prayer Stardust UR times 3. 5 Ethereal, which is strong. Mother Soul's 150, really good. And Lagrobos Soul 100. So that's actually really, really cool. Now, obviously, I'm not going to get that. If I was to take a guess, I'm going to be somewhere around I'm going to say the bottom tier, to be honest, 501 to 1000. So if you're going to be like me and be in like the lower tier, you'll get the Prayer Stardust SSR, which I don't know what it is exactly. I haven't actually read up on it. You get a gacha ticket, or 3 gacha tickets, which is good. 50 Mother Souls, that's actually really good too. And then 30 Lagrobos Souls, which is okay, especially if you don't pull them anyway. Doesn't really matter, but I mean, you're still getting something decent for being in the top 1,000. So, as long as you play in the event, I'm pretty sure that you'll more than likely reach the top 1,000. I don't know how many active players are actually in the game, but just because people download the game doesn't mean they're actively playing. So if you play regularly, you use up all of the event orbs and stuff that you get, you got a pretty good chance of, getting in the top 1,000. But as far as for those of you trying to go hard, getting first, second, or third place, about the only way you're going to get there is if you end up spending gems to keep repeating some of these stages. Like, this is one of those events where people who are whales are going to be the ones that are going to win this. And I only know this because I used to play Blood Brothers. So any of you who ever played Blood Brothers many, many years ago definitely know that their system on all of their events was pay to win. Like, completely 100% pay to win. And I'll be honest with you, this is how this event's going to be too. Like, trust me, those who have the money to, or who just have the gems in general, maybe you don't have the money, but maybe you saved up like 50,000 gems and don't feel like pulling, like, I guess, arcs or whatever, you could literally just use up your gems, keep repeating, and potentially get there too. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. If you're trying to get the top 3, you're going to be spending a lot of gems to get there, which honestly I don't think is worth it. But at the same time, other people are going to do it guaranteed. So if you're just playing regularly or casually, don't expect to get top 3. I mean, like I said, let the people who want to blow their load get the top 3 and just be happy with anything below that. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is a pretty cool event either way. Like, I like the fact that we're against each other, and at least us casuals can duke it out for the bottom, and we still get something out of it. So I think that's pretty legit. And like I said, I plan on being at least in the top 1,000, so, because, it shouldn't be that hard. Even if I can't play all day, I can still do well. And so can you. Everybody, I hope you have some good luck on your pulls. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. And we'll see you in the next episode whenever some new stuff comes out. But until then, take care, y'all. Later.